Hello Centrals, this is Liana. I am glad to see you this week, although it's getting kind of late. I want to address the third episode with troubleshooting with sex, and this is what if you get the close people telling you that it's weird to develop yourself sexually? If you can believe that, it can happen. First and foremost, I would like to make a statement here or a declaration somehow. I know what you might be going through. I've been hearing ever since I started developing myself all kinds of things from people very important to me, and I know that in some cases it can get pretty painful. But here is how I've been learning to cope with this and actually see the light of it. I would like to first tell you that this kind of troubleshooting is not of a technical or physical nature, obviously. This is a matter of how you're approaching by yourself in your social circle, and to a greater extent how society regards these things and what sexual development means to us in general. So in any other area of your life, we socially accept the fact that besides formal training, like for instance you go to school, you go to high school, you go to college, if you want to become performant in your career, let's say, you would also take various trainings, seminars, attend events, read literature in your area, become aware and follow or even get acquainted with people who are already performing in your field of interest, taking a coach or some even taking mentorship. This is what is socially accepted as developing a healthy career. If somebody from the outside were to address these people and tell them that all of these things that they're doing is a useless waste of their time, energy, and resources, well, their reaction would normally be that they are insane if they think that, or they would probably not even waste their time talking to these kind of people because they obviously have their own priorities and they know what they're following, and they don't have time to explain to others who are essentially not in the same page with them. So what if I tell you that developing yourself sexually can be approached in just the same way? You can go to seminars, you can go to trainings, workshops, you can read a lot of literature, both from the Oriental cultures as well as from Western cultures. You can get specialists who are already successful in this field. You can take coaching or even mentoring. Why not, if you're open to this? In essence, you can follow the same path as you would when you would like to develop your career. If the people around you come to you and tell you that this kind of investment on your behalf is crazy or insane or plain useless, then I found for myself that two things are ideally helpful. Number one is that I become clear that I wanted these people around me because they too are interested in developing themselves, no matter which area, whether it's their career, whether it's a certain hobby, whether it's a certain project that they have. No matter what it is, they're obviously investing a certain amount of time and energy and resources into doing that. That is why I wanted these people around me, actually. In my case, I get inspired and I open up better when I see people who are developing themselves and improving themselves and bettering themselves in any kind of area. I also want to believe that these people around me chose me for the same kind of reason. So I'm doing things that I'm passionate about, that I believe in, and that I want to develop. I want to transform myself in various aspects of my life. So if they consider that this kind of passion or interest is silly, then it is probably just a matter of attitude or approach to sexuality. And in essence, they would want me to improve as much as I would want them to improve too, no matter in which area that may be. Secondly, these people who tell me that it's stupid what I'm doing are, in essence, at a certain point probably going to fade out of my life as much as I'm going to fade out of their lives as well. So When you're addressing something this important to someone and you're telling them that this is useless, obviously that person will carry on, or this is what I'm keep doing actually. And no matter what you're saying, they'll be doing their own thing. So in essence, any kind of relationship like this will probably end sooner or later. If this is your partner telling you this, first of all, I know how painful that can get and how troublesome, because sexuality is the core of a relationship. That's where you're most vulnerable, that's where you're most authentic, that's where you're showing everything that you are, both light and shadow. So if your partner, your lover, is telling you that this is stupid or silly or useless, then yeah, it can hurt. I do have a clue there. Secondly, keep in mind that this person may just be intimidated or overwhelmed by the subject. And if you have the energy to actually tell them that this is important to you, just as much as anything else that they're doing in the same way is important to them, and that you need their support, in most cases people will understand and they will turn around, so they'll change their attitude. If they don't, you don't need me telling you that this is probably a relationship that in the long run will not last. The idea that I have for you is this. Just as people who are passionate about music, painting, sports, business, martial arts, singing, any kind of passion that they have, and they follow it with their heart, and they indulge in any kind of activities that will make them become better. They will socialize with people who share their interest. They will do various activities that will make them better at their hobby, passion, or chosen project. So you too can do this. You too can go open-hearted and socialize with people who are the same, who think the same. Go to trainings, read books, engage in certain activities that will help you become better. And you can do this fully confident that the right people will come along. It's the same with any kind of area in your life. Again, singing, business, we instinctively come across people who share our passion, our interest, who are in essence on the same page with us. We draw them into our lives by our very attitude, our very choice of activities, places where we socialize, people that we talk to, subjects that we discuss, and so on. So just because your lover doesn't think that this is a good idea for yourself, he or she thinks that this is a bad way to develop, don't give up on your passion. It's as painful as it is, keep going, because the right people eventually come along. And it's the same thing with friends, business partners, collaborators, peers for whatever hobbies that you have, as well as for lovers. So take my word on it, you will find the right person, no matter what kind of person you're looking for, if you stay true to your passion and you keep developing yourself. So this is it for this week, and this is it for the toughest kind of troubleshooting with sex, and that is the attitude with which you're coming at developing yourself sexually. So until next week, I hope that you have a pleasurable and beautiful and brave sexual life.